I would have girls over and I would already be in my head that I'm not going to get hard. And so when it came time to have sex, I would be more in my head about, am I going to get hard? Am I not going to get hard? And then it's like this whole thing. And then she's like really trying to please me. And I'm just like really nervous. And then I don't end up getting hard. And I either try to avoid the situation altogether, or the girl ends up really getting embarrassed because she thinks it's her, or she just thinks you're not for her. And then over time, like it just doesn't work out.
Right.
The way that I got over that is by slowly getting the girl to accept and be okay, because they are okay with it. They just think it's them, but they don't understand that you're legitimately just like nervous about the whole thing. And so slowly, for me, it was getting the girl more comfortable with the idea that I'm not hard, but it has nothing to do with her. Right. And this was kind of like a mind fuck for me, because I was like, especially me, like my limp, soft is small. I'm a grower. Like actually I get bigger when I'm hard. And I'm like, I don't even want this girl to see, like I'm not hard. Two, my shit looks small. So it's like a double whammy for me. And so for me, it took a while. I needed to slowly get more comfortable with the girl seeing that I'm not hard, and like me just accepting that. Like I couldn't be calm with that idea. It was very nerve-wracking for me. And that was because like what really happened the very first time after my first breakup is I brought this girl home. We were making out this party. I was really hard. I brought her home, and the whole drive home, I'm thinking about her. And now I'm home and I was nervous as fuck and I couldn't get hard. She started crying at one point, and I was sitting there at 24, 25 years old, panicking off, trying to get hard while this girl's crying in my bed, and it just didn't work out. And so then it became this like big deal for me with every girl that I saw after that. I was in my head about, am I going to get hard this time? Am I not going to get hard? And then I would deliberately avoid situations of potential sex because of how in my head I was about this thing. I would literally avoid opportunities. I would have girls asking me what I'm doing later. And if it was a girl I liked, I would be like, I would make up an excuse, or suddenly I would be tired, or I just wouldn't move it forward out of potential fear of being in that situation again and not getting hard. And so I lost a lot of women that way. And then I just avoided the situation altogether for quite a little bit of time. I slowly then came to the realization that I need to go through this situation more if I'm actually going to overcome it. Like after avoiding so many, eventually I was like, okay, I got to like actually try to go through this. And I would be nervous as fuck, honestly. Like I was nervous, and I lost some women because of the fact that I was trying to get hard and I couldn't get hard. But the problem was that I was being very nervous and unconfident and apologetic and like weak and embarrassed and ashamed at me not being hard. And that's really the emotions that were turning off the girl. It wasn't really the fact that I was not hard. It was the fact that I get really in my head, I get really closed off, I start acting very unconfident, and I'm weak and ashamed and embarrassed of the fact. Like it's those emotions that cause you to lose the girl. If you could actually stay calm through the whole thing and unapologetically not be ashamed, and also admit to the girl that it has nothing to do with her. Like I think you're really attractive, honestly. I just need to calm down a minute because I'm getting a little too excited. That's what you need to be able to communicate to the girl for her to not take it personally. And then the other thing that I had to do, I'm going to get back to the video in 1 second, but really quickly, if you're enjoying this content, this segment was actually taken from a daily live coaching call that I run inside of my new coaching program. All right, so if you're interested in joining, click the button below. You get direct access to the community, all the content I've ever made, as well as a one-on-one onboarding call directly with me. And like I said earlier, daily live coaching calls that I run personally every single day. Click the button below, get inside the group right now. Let's get back to the video. Was very slowly, and this took a while for me, very slowly, I got the girl to ultimately touch my while I'm not hard, which for me was like a fucking big deal, man, because I was so worried that she was gonna see I'm not hard, and then she's gonna be like, why aren't you hard? And she's gonna try to off, and I'm like really nervous about the whole thing, and then I'm like, yeah, it's not working, I don't know, it's the condom, I'm drunk, it's blah, 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 blah. And the girl's like, okay. And then like, it's just like, it's complete vibe kill. And that's how I always thought it was going to go down. The way that I got over it was I slowly, while we were making out, while I was touching the girl, while I was kissing her, while I was feeling her up, I would start to verbalize to her how attracted I am to her, how soft her lips are, how I like the way she smells, I like the way she touches me, and I would slowly, literally move her hand down to my dick, even though I wasn't hard. And that's okay. You need to be able, like, the only way you're actually gonna fully get over this thing is that you need to, through exposure therapy, slowly get comfortable with the girl touching your dick and you're not hard and realizing it's actually totally fine. And you need to be able to stay calm and be confident in those moments. And over time, you'll actually show yourself that it's okay. Like, the girl's not gonna freak the fuck out or take it personal or ruin everything. You need to slowly get her comfortable with the fact that you're not hard and that's fine. And the very first time you do this, it's gonna be fucking scary. But once you do that once, twice, and the girl stays with you and you can talk to her, and maybe you even need to tell her, honestly, I just need to calm down a little bit. Like, I'm really excited. Or I'm just really attracted to you, honestly. I'm a little too excited. I need to slow down a little bit. And you just tell her that, and you'll be freaking the fuck out. That's why you can't get hard, by the way. It's because you're so nervous. You're so nervous at what's going to happen if you don't get hard. And that's why I'm telling you, the only way to overcome it is I can sit with the girl and not be hard and genuinely not care. But that's only because I've gone through it enough times. And I know how to please the girl with my hands, and I'm not doing it to hope that I don't lose her. I need to be able to stay fully calm. She could touch me. We kiss a little bit. I even tell her it's because I just need to calm down. It has nothing to do with her. I just need to calm down. And over time, maybe the first girl might not get it, but by 1, 2, 3 times of doing this, you will calm the fuck down. And slowly, once you're actually relaxed and you realize you're not going to lose the girl, now you guys can work together to kiss, slowly touch her, play with her, get her going a little bit. And then over time, you will get hard. It may not happen the very first time, but I'm telling you, this is the route that I went through. And now it's at a point where, like, there was a point in my journey where I thought I was never going to get this thing figured out. Ever. I thought I was going to be dependent on, like, fucking Viagra and all this other bullshit. The way that you get over this is by being fully calm and accepting that you're not hard, but also understanding that it's not a big deal and you don't freak out. And by doing that, the girl sees it's not her. She doesn't take it personally. You guys can stay kissing and going slow, and eventually your heartbeat will calm the fuck down. Like, at first, I would be so nervous that I couldn't calm down. And eventually me and the girl would fall asleep, and I would literally wake up in the middle of the night with a hard pressed against her. And I would try to wake her up. And then by the time she woke up, I got so nervous that my went back down. It was crazy. And then in the morning we would try and I couldn't do it. What does that tell you? It has nothing to do with my erection quality. I didn't need any of these things. It wasn't any of those things. It was literally just me in this fight or flight response to the fact that the girl wouldn't accept me for having a soft with her. And I'm telling you, it took a lot of time, but when you can go through that process, stay calm, talk to her through the whole thing, slowly get her to touch you too, and be cool with that, and then you can get more in touch with her and her body and really stay calm through the whole process, that's how you'll ultimately get hard. That's the process, man. Took me a while, but that's the slow process. And the internet and TV and all these other things train our brains because they pick on dudes that have performance anxiety or have a small or insecure about these things. So they try to sell you on pills, pump, fucking low testosterone. They make you think it's all of these other things. It's none of those things, bro. It's none of those things. It's everything with how calm and relaxed you could be in the situation, because if you're not calm, you can't get aroused. You need to be able to be fully chilled the fuck out and I have no insecurity. I could just literally lay there with my dick completely soft and not feel embarrassed and just explain to the girl, not from a weak place, not hey, listen, I have this thing. It's you need to be able to stay calm and let her know you're still very attracted to her. I'm very turned on by you, sexually, and I'm I think you're so fucking hot, and I would feel so good if I could actually get, not if I could actually get, I would feel so good if I want to you, blah 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 blah. We keep kissing, but you just tell her I just need to calm down. I just gotta chill out a little bit. Because I'm really excited. I think you're very hot, or I think you're very attractive, or I think you're very sexy, right? And so you chill the fuck out for a little bit. You start kissing her, you start touching her, and then you give it another try. And if it doesn't go, you just stay calm. You just fully stay calm. So if you're a dude who's struggling with performance anxiety, understand that the only way through it, unfortunately, it's very similar to approach anxiety. The only way through it is you got to be able to approach and try to stay calm. And that may take repetition, but over time, just staying calm through the whole thing will eventually get you to the other side of it, where you could be in the situation and just stay calm. And once that happens, now you're in a position where you could actually get aroused. You start doing this, and once you could actually stay calm, the girls, because they don't understand this shit, like girls don't get it. They're used to dudes either just blaming it on alcohol or whatever. Most women don't understand that you could actually be so attracted to the girl that you're actually nervous about how you're going to perform with her, and for that reason you can't get hard. Like girls don't get that. And so they instinctually, they just assume it's them. I'm not attractive, or he's too drunk, or it's whatever it is. I've used every excuse, so unfortunately there are some women, for me, it's the girls that I noticed that were one night stands, super casual hookup. I met them at the bar an hour ago, 2 hours ago, and now we were about to fuck and I couldn't get hard. Those girls didn't really understand it, and it makes sense because it was more of the premise of how we met. But then eventually there was girls where I went on a date with, or went on another date with, and we connected a little bit more. They just were more understanding of the situation. And so what ended up happening with those women was, one girl was, and I was so so nervous, I just couldn't get hard. And I had to tell her in the moment that she had to stop because I needed to calm down. And she legitimately didn't believe me. She was like, I just don't believe that you're nervous. You seem so calm. Inside, I was having a fucking massive panic attack. But we laughed about the whole thing. We stayed calm. We kept talking. And then later on, eventually my heartbeat calmed the fuck down. And then I did get hard. And then we ended up doing it again. And I got hard enough. I wasn't 100%, but I was 80%, to the point where I was able to hold the base of my D. And then while I held the base and she was doing it, I took the condom off, put it on very quickly, and then went in. And so I was able to convert that one. And it wasn't my best performance, but that was a massive step in the right direction. I went from avoiding it to losing the women, to staying calm through the whole thing and seeing that you can actually get through this, to kind of doing it, and then slowly got to the other side of it. Right. And that was the process for me. And it's I wish there was an easier way to get through it. Same thing with approach anxiety, but there's just not. But the good news is that once you are on the other side of it, it's freeing. It's freeing, honestly. And you slowly desensitize yourself to perception of other people too, especially with women you're attracted to, which is very powerful because most dudes never get to that point.
If you found value in this video and you want to fast track your results with your social confidence and your dating life, click the button below, get inside my brand new coaching program. There's daily live coaching calls that I run personally. It comes with a one-on-one onboarding call directly with me. You get access to all the content. The community itself is popping, and there's so much more going on as well. So just click the button below, check out the video. I look forward to seeing you inside the group. That's all for this one, guys. Peace out.